South India's #1 travel brand. You know you are special when you're with GT Holidays.
Taste the symphony of Milky Mist Capella Chocolatum.
Hello and welcome to Galatta Plus. In this video review episode, we are going to be talking about Girish AD's I Am Kathalan. This is a satisfying story that is part techno thriller and part coming of age drama. Naslen plays an underdog whose superpower is that he is a hacker, and his funny and serious journey through revenge and repentance makes for another small win from this director. The rest of this review may contain spoilers, you are warned, so do watch at your own discretion. I Am Kathalan is written by Sajjan Cherikail, but you can sense director Girish Edi's signature all over. Like Tannir Matan Tinangal and Premalu, the film centers on a likable loser. His name is Vishnu and he's played by Naslen K. One day Vishnu brings a friend home for the first time. This friend is another loser, and we get a small scene where he's introduced to Vishnu's sister and he chats with her. Her name is Ammu, and when the protective mother stands in the doorway pointedly listening to this conversation, you wait for a joke to erupt. You think the joke will be built on Vishnu's friend, but the joke based on Ammu's name occurs a little later and when you least expect it. And while staging it, Girish doesn't treat it like a joke. There are no exaggerated reaction shots, there's no funny lines, there's just a small acknowledgement by Vishnu and the movie rolls on. If you think that Ammu bit was funny and if you laugh, then good. Otherwise, let's get on with the story. That is the Girish Edi signature. Nothing is exaggerated. Vishnu has a backlog of engineering papers to clear, but this is not treated like a goal. His girlfriend Shilpa, played by Anshipa Anil Kumar, scolds him because he cannot land a job even with the dumbest of companies, but there's no major anger in her tone, there's just resignation. For that matter, when we get a flashback to their first I love you moment, Vishnu uttered the words, there is no reaction from her side, there is no shy smile, nothing. This looks like a relationship where Shilpa became the girlfriend simply because Vishnu said I love you before anyone else and she decided to go along with it. At no point does Girish exaggerate this love angle. Even the way we are introduced to Vishnu is very low key. He gets a sinister message on his phone, but he isn't taken aback. Looking at him, it could be a good morning message from his father. If someone wrote a thesis on Girish's cinema, this could be the title, the gentle dramatization of the utterly ordinary. I Am Kathalan begins with the New Yorker cartoon quote that eventually became an internet meme. On the internet, nobody knows you're a dog. You could add, nobody knows you are an underdog either. Vishnu's superpower is hacking, and when an ethical hacker, Simi, beautifully played by Lijamol Jose, studies his work, she concludes that the person doing all this damage must be a hotshot working in an MNC. And why does Vishnu unleash his destructive tendencies to harm a finance company? Because he was humiliated by the owner. It is a Maheshanda Pratikaram kind of situation, and Dileesh Pothan has a lovely role here. Vishnu has had enough of being treated like a punching bag. Now for the first time he wants to retaliate, and slowly we slip into a techno thriller that is also a coming of age drama. On the one hand, we wonder if Simi will stop Vishnu, who has adopted his online name from the Shankar hit that gives this film its title, that is Kathalan. The image Vishnu chooses is so appropriate. It's that visual from the Mukabla song where Prabhu Deva's face has vanished. On the internet, Vishnu too is a faceless man. On the other hand, in the other story track, we wait for Vishnu to grow up. We wait for him to realize that hacking is wrong. We wait for him to realize that life is not about the temporary satisfaction of revenge, but about making something of yourself using your skills. Taken individually, these two tracks don't quite deliver. That's true. The techno thriller part is not exactly nail biting, and the coming of age story is not emotional enough, but taken together, these two narrative strands result in a very satisfying story, which runs less than 2 hours. The writing throws you sudden belly laughs like a plea to Mother Mary, or the typical image of what a hacker looks like, or the brilliant device Vishnu has invented. Now this device gets a great narrative arc. The screenplay is so detailed that before the hacking begins, we are told that the finance company's IT department is not strong. Even without this bit of information, we would have bought the hacking. But the IT department eventually strengthens its defenses, and this transformation makes Vishnu up his game. In other words, the IT department gets an arc too. It's bliss to see how each little revelation does its bit to keep the story going. When we see that Shilpa and Vishnu first met at a computer center, it's a lovely precursor to where the story will go. But again, the seriousness coexists with comedy. There are hilarious stretches like the one where Vishnu and his friends go in turns to a branch of the finance company in order to set up devices for hacking. Siddhartha Prasad's music is just the right shade of eccentric, neither too conventional nor too techno-bizarre. The only plot point that seemed contrived was the very casual way in which Shilpa discovers that Vishnu could be the hacker. but I guess coincidences are a part of life. Naslen's performance works wonderfully, though at this relatively early stage of his career, I can't say if he's acting or just being himself. He has a naturally sullen look, like he's always sulking about something, and this really helps the characters he plays, who all feel that life is depriving them of the things that they deserve. I also wish the advice Vishnu gets from his father had been in a more emotional scene, but I realized that this is the only way such a scene would play in a Girish AD movie. It's the gentle dramatization of the utterly ordinary. And that's it about I am Kathalan. If you like this video review, do subscribe to Galatta Plus and see you soon at the movies.
South India's #1 travel brand. You know you are special when you're with GT Holidays.
Taste the symphony of Milky Mist Capella Chocolatum.